From hearing the glorious homages of the music in previous installments, Koji Kondo comes back as the sound director, but he has two music composers working on the music this time around. We have Shiho Fuji and Ryo Nagamatsu coming around for composing the game's original score. The music from the Nintendo DS game would make a triumphant return, but newer and redone scores from previous games are all present as well. What's even a bigger pleasure is that the enemies dance to the music in the regular stages. I always found that to be very cute. As for the sound effects from previous Mario games come back in proper respect. It is always a pleasure to hear the sounds of Mario's jump and going through sewer pipes, to name a few. With every Mario game after Super Mario 64, it is pretty obvious that we would hear Charles Martinet come back as Mr. Nintendo himself. Even the Koopalings have voice actors, but you can only hear their expressions. Princess Peach is voiced by the same gal who voiced her in Super Mario Galaxy, Samantha Kelly. Even the voices of Bowser and Bowser Jr. from Mario Galaxy are back as well. From what I hear, everything sounds well in place, even if it is a brand new Mario game. Mario got his start in video games by appearing in the 1981 arcade game Donkey Kong. In 1983, Mario came back with his brother Luigi in Mario Bros. Arcade. By the time of 1985, Mario took a new direction with a side-scrolling platform adventure called Super Mario Bros., and it is one of the highest-sold games of all time. For many years, more titles in the main series came into play, and they were very successful, like Super Mario Bros. 3, Super Mario 64, and the recent Super Mario Galaxy on the Wii. Of course, there are some spin-offs, and some of the biggest hits were Super Mario RPG, Legend of the Seven Stars, Mario Kart DS, and Super Smash Bros., even though it was a Nintendo crossover fighting game. 2010 sees another return of Mario as he comes back to Super Mario Galaxy 2 in the summertime. Mario is continuing to captivate many old and new fans from around the globe with his mini-games from various genres, and more games will come to satisfy our needs to play as the world's famous video game mascot. With a Mario game that goes back to the side-scrolling roots, what could possibly go wrong? Fortunately, there are only a few things that annoy me, but they are minor by all means. First of all, I was not fully satisfied with the number of power-ups that was present. I would have liked to see a return of the raccoon suit, the Tanuki suit, the Hammer Bros suit, the frog suit, the feather cape, and so many others that would pay more homage to the previous games. Why we don't have those in New Super Mario Bros. Wii is beyond me. I mean, the game should have enough storage space, since the Wii optical disc holds more space than the GameCube discs. Next, the levels where you can ride Yoshi needs to be expanded big time. I thought it was really fun to ride that dinosaur once more, but I felt that there weren't many stages where you could play that feature. Finally, the two Toads could have been some other characters. It would have been nice to see the regular Toad from Doki Doki Mario and Princess Peach as playable characters, as that could have paid more homage to more of the games that are available. If they could not be in it, then how about having Yoshi as a standalone character and just one Toad? Talk about being lazy, Nintendo. Again, these things are just very minimal in terms of nitpicking. Don't fret, boys and girls, there are so many redeeming qualities that powers up over the bad. No pun intended. What I enjoyed mostly about the game was the fact that you can play this game simultaneously with 3 other people. It's even more of a pleasure when you can work together or just be a total butthead to one another. I know some people out there wish that there was online to this game, but cry me a river for crying out loud. It is better playing it with other people beside you, because it will make you and your friends and your family have a great time together. It can even build up to be a laugh-out riot at the end. That is more of a throwback to the original co-op games as you can play them locally with others. I even enjoyed the elements from the previous Mario games within this Wii title. While the Koopalings only appeared in Mario 3 and Mario World and a few of the spin-offs, I felt that now was properly the time for them to make a huge comeback in a main series title. Even though there are a limited amount of power-ups that are present, the use of them are just astounding. I like playing as Mario in the hover cap, and the ice flowers are brought back from Mario Galaxy in all of its glory. Yoshi was always fun to play, and his presence in New Super Mario Bros. Was a welcomed aspect. Most of the music is pretty good, and some of the remix tunes from previous games only added to the charm. Finally, the biggest trophy in the collection of good aspects is its gameplay. I enjoyed most of the older Mario games where you can play them in side-scrolling fashion, and it was a big breath of fresh air to play another one on a console. Even though the DS game is more fun to play on the go, I like both versions because they are very addicting in both single and multiplayer. It felt like my childhood was coming back in full force, and New Super Mario Bros. Wii delivered that nostalgia with flying colors. Mario is going to exist for a very long time, along with Zelda and Metroid. For every Mario game that comes out, we can only pray that the next entry in the main series will be enough to fill up our tummies with enjoyable gameplay. New Super Mario Bros. Showed us, and game developers, that 2.5D side-scrollers can work really well on a console today, and we have seen a resurgence of many older franchises receiving a resurrection in that format. With fun and addicting gameplay, vast content, superb music, and an enjoyable sense of nostalgia from the past, New Super Mario Bros. Wii is a king when it comes to platformers, and I strongly recommend that you buy this game as it can be considered a worthy successor to the 2D Mario games. Mario is back, Mario is better than ever, and New Super Mario Bros. Wii receives my blessing by being awarded a huge present, which is a solid 9 out of 10. Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, but most of all, Happy Holidays, everybody. I hope you enjoyed this festive episode of RRPG Reviews, and it was a great way to kick off the first quarter of Season 1 of my review show. But don't think this is the end, gamers, because I'll be back in January 2010, and I'll talk about 3 games in a 3-part episode of a major and stellar Sony franchise. But anyway, have a Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. And this is RRPG, and I'm signing out and going on my own Mario adventure. Later, gamers. Here we go.